The facts matter.
Good evening, everyone. Virgo here. It is February 10th, 2021. I hope everyone's having a great evening. Now, I promised everyone that I would be back with any additional information that I had and to kind of give you a little bit more insight, excuse me, with regards to what's going on with Light Tajiri Bay, otherwise known as Pauline Ritchie. So we're going to be going over that, and I had a couple of people in the comment section of my previous video ask me specifically to give a little bit of background on Light Tajiri for those that are not as familiar with her, so I'm going to do that now. You are looking at Light Tajiri Bay's actual YouTube channel, where she spews nothing but nonsense and makes claims like, each individual Moor has this vast estate, secret accounts, can file liens against people in properties that they've paid for 30 years and they can just come in and take them, these sorts of things. All kinds of illegal stuff. She's claimed things in the past like you don't have to pay postage if you're a Moor. All kinds of crazy stuff. Technically, Light Tajiri Bay probably should be up on charges of mail fraud and fictitious documentation through the Secretary of State's office, all kinds of stuff. I do know for a fact that she has been being watched very closely because she is deemed as someone who is seditious. And that is very true. One of the things that she likes to spew the most is how they're going to take over the government, the United States government. She, of course, likes to claim that the United States government is not part of a government for a country, but rather just a corporation. And, of course, none of that makes any sense and has been debunked numerous times. She does not listen. Again, another party who has drank their own Kool-Aid, unfortunately. For those of you that might remember a little group called the Moorish American Consulate, who actually is under a person by the name of Tajiri, but Light Tajiri likes to claim that she is a judge, and of course that's what Sharon Tracy Gale claimed also. So for those of you that are following the Sharon Tracy Gale case with me and follow the DeCorey Pitts case with me, you will know her from there. She claims to be a judge. She claims to be a queen. She claims to know all. And of course, none of it is true. And she leads the people that follow her, into big rabbit holes where they find themselves getting caught up with law enforcement and the courts. And it's very sad. We have actually heard from a few people that have been thrown out of their homes, have been homeless. She likes to tell people not to pay their bills, their home mortgages, that they can, get out of it with paperwork. It's an absolute travesty that these people are allowed to get online and spew this stuff. They get so many people in trouble. But that's a little history on Light Tajiri. She is particularly insidious when it comes to things like making claims that she can take over abandoned buildings, in which she has been doing lately. I'm going to go ahead and take you through that in just a moment, because I want for you to see where there's the good possibility that trespassing may have had something to do with this property that she thought she was just going to lay claim to. So let's take a look at that real quick. Okay, everyone, so I'm going to have you actually take a look at this particular video that Light did a couple of days ago, and this is going to give you some additional information on what she was up to. I'm not going to talk through the whole thing, but I am going to narrate through it for you to just kind of help you understand.
Make sure that we see that the documents have been properly posted.
As you can see here, she's talking about some documentation that she's going to paste to the wall of a building that has been abandoned due to arson.
Here it is. United States possession notification. So original indigenous.
And of course, none of the documents that you are seeing in front of you right now are legitimate, legal, or have any foundation in law whatsoever. It's extremely sad that this is what they try to do, but you know, this is how they roll.
Okay, and the document after
so that is her form where she believes she's going to be able to use it to take possession of the building. And then she's got a bunch of other ones too.
And that is also here. Let me just show that it has been properly noted.
And they really believe using the red writing and the smaller letters and all of the seals and all of the embossments and the red fingerprint and everything is going to make a difference. And that is flat out sob sit ideology. It's been around for over 40 years. It's been debunked over and over again. And the majority of people that use it end up at some point or another facing a judge. A lot of them end up spending years in jail. But these people just don't listen. As you can see, she's even falsifying documentation that shows that there's a cashier's check where she's supposedly providing silver in the amount of $800,000. It's not a financial instrument. This is all fraudulent.
Is the land title, the sovereign land title. And here is the natural area code and the latitude and longitude in red and all lowercase letters, etc. Okay. And then after the land
So while
title,
she's yammering on about all of the documents that she's got that mean absolutely nothing, I mean, honestly, I feel sorry for the trees at her house. But what this boils down to, guys, is that I am unsure due to the fact that I cannot get my hands on the arresting paperwork. I'm not sure whether she was picked up because she has failure to appears already, or if she was picked up due to trespassing on this property. If I had to go with my gut, I would say she was probably picked up due to trespassing on this property. And then she also has the failure to appears, in addition to that, from previously being called in and having to face the court and then never paying her fees or never showing up to court. But I don't know that for sure. So that's why I'm sharing this with you.
The property is not taxed pursuant to Public Law AA 222-141A1 Truth. And then that's also been signed, stamped, sealed, etc.
These documents can be located in several different places. They do post them, which is really kind of sad. My understanding is that when they're being watched, and I won't divulge where I got this information from, but when they're being watched, they are actually watching her from her own videos. So she is actually filming her own felonies.
There will be a court action with regard to this property because there are some unlawfully occupying under the fictitious
the people that actually own the property used to be an old Bally's workout place, actually own the property, are, you know, just shit out of luck as far as she's concerned, apparently.
Let's see. Properly stamped, sealed, embossed.
And this just pretty much continues to go exactly the same direction we're in now. She keeps showing documentation. And in just a few moments here, you're going to witness her walk up to the actual building and talk about all the limestone that's around on the ground. And then she will post this to the building. Now, I mean, if you can imagine, chances are the person who actually owns the building could have gotten a hold of this and just said, you know what? I don't think I like you on my property. You're claiming you're going to take a building that I own, regardless of whether it's damaged or not, because you think you just can, because you're who you think you are. My guess would be that that person would be rather irritated and probably call the police. And I love how she walks up to the building and makes the statement that other people shouldn't be putting signs on it because all of that is illegitimate.
this building. The building has been abandoned for quite some time, actually.
So
Apparently
there you
there
can
was
see the arson sign.
some
And she's just going to
arson or
post it
something that
right
happened
over
here
the arson
that we
sign.
don't know
You know,
anything
forget
about.
about the fact that that's something that the fire department put
Nonetheless,
up
the
or that the
building is
police
still,
department put up. Yeah, let's just post it right over the arson
and people are
sign.
putting signs on the building. Corpses
I
and
am
corporations are
narcissistic and
putting
much
signs
more
on the
important than
building that,
you.
you know, they're not really, that's not really a good idea because it's not, those are not valid documents. So
There you have it.
we wanted to put the proper
Again,
documents
I am
on the
absolutely
building.
100% not sure.
That
She
being
could have been
said,
trespassed from this place.
peace and grand
Very well
risings
might be
to the
what
sovereign
she
heirs
was caught up
of
for.
Islam.
We'll just have to wait and see. Now, having seen that, I'm sure you can see where there's a big possibility that she could have potentially been trespassed due to the fact that she was putting up fictitious and erroneous paperwork, particularly a fictitious lien against a property that had just had some arson done to it that is obviously owned by someone else. The property that you just saw within that video is an old Bally's workout gym. So her plan was to apparently take that over and turn it in to a Moorish post office. The woman is really needs some help. But regardless, let's take a look at this roster again with regards to her booking. I think I made an error earlier, and I want to make sure that you guys are aware of that. Okay, so for additional information on here, she's listed under Pauline D. Ritchie Moore, which is hyphenated. That is indeed her real name. Booking ID 2101609. Now, prior to her being booked in SCORE, and SCORE happens to be the specific correctional facility that she was moved to, she was actually arrested on the 8th, and she was arrested in Kent. So she went to Kent Correction Facility first and was moved here to SCORE custody. But this says she was booked on the 9th because that's when she came into the SCORE custody. She has not been released yet. That's to be determined. Here are the offenses. And this is what I found very interesting here. So the agency, of course, is Federal Way, which happens to be where she resides. The first offense is criminal trespass, second degree. But then it's got on here FTA, which generally means failure to appear. And I'm not real sure why that's on there. So I'm not positive whether or not she was actually trespassed once and then did a failure to appear, and that a bench warrant is what got her, or whether she was trespassed again and also has a failure to appear from a previous charge. But regardless, there's a $500 cash or bond that would be normal for this specific type of offense. There is a second listing here, which is just basically stating that the bail is included in other charges. Now here we have making a false statement, and then also failure to appear. And you'll notice these two numbers, although they're the same charge, are two different numbers. And they both have $2,000. So when I said earlier that the bond amount or the bail amount was $2,500, I was incorrect. It's actually $4,500. There has been some talk in the Moorish community that she was in on the 8th and out already. That is not true. As you can see down here, this is the booking number for recent. Booked on the 9th of February, so just yesterday at 4:40 p.m., and she is currently in SCORE custody. Now you see the previous one down here, which was booking number 1722492. That was from 2017. She spent almost a month in jail. So there we have that. Now, let me share something with you that you can do if you would like to keep tabs on this without having to look to my channel every time there's an update, although I will be updating every time anything changes, but this is just a little trick for you. So if you use the link in the description of this video and you pull this record up, and then you go over here and you point your mouse on where it says Vine link, it's going to take you to something that looks like this. And it will allow you, if you just double check that it says Pauline D. Ritchie Moore, okay, and then it will allow you to get notified if you click this little button right here. You can add your email or a cell phone, register, and it will for free keep track for you and send you an update anytime anything changes. So if she were to get moved to another facility, if she were to get released, if she were to be sentenced, if there was any kind of a change, they're going to notify you and let you know there's been a change. But let's just take a look at this real quick. All right, so here she is, her custody record, age 52, black female. And then we've got custody date February 9th at 4:48 p.m. in custody at Score South Correctional Regional Jail. Booking date February 9th, 2020 at 4:40 p.m. 2021, sorry. Gives the address, gives the reporting agency, which is them. And then you'll notice there's a related record down here from Kent Corrections Facility. And that's what I was going to show you. Okay, so this is from Kent, where it shows that she actually was booked February 8th, 2021 at 6:06 a.m. So this happened first. Then she was sent from Kent over here to SCORE, South Correctional Regional Jail. All right, so she's actually been out of commission since the 8th at 6 o'clock in the morning. We are now, almost at what? Well, we're getting towards the end of the 10th. So she's been in for 2 days already. Now, like I said, there are some claims that are incorrect over in the Moorish community that she's out. She's not. She is absolutely still in custody according to SCORE. Okay? So we will be keeping up with that. Hopefully that helped to give you guys some background and give you guys an update on potentially what could have caused this. There's certainly a lot of things for them to choose from. Pauline regularly breaks laws just in what she puts out and gives to her followers. Making a lien that is fraudulent against a property that's owned by someone else, that's against the law. I mean, a lot of these things are felonies, and I don't even think she recognizes it. She, at one point, made a video to teach people how to fraudulently mail items free of charge by claiming that they were a government. Again, that's mail fraud. That's a big felony, and that's the Secret Service that deals with that. That isn't even the state police or the FBI that deals with it. That is Secret Service that deals with postmaster stuff. So the woman has a history of doing things that are incorrect. She has bought into the whole Moorish sob sit thing through Tajiri, which has never himself actually gone up against the courts successfully. None of these guys have. They're all frauds. So be careful, be cautious. If you're following her, be very careful about what you do, because 9 times out of 10, you'll end up getting caught up in the system too, because she's telling you things that are inaccurate. And I know that probably will fall upon deaf ears, but hey, if you fall for it and you end up in my lap, I'll be reporting on it. This is what continues to happen. Sharon was warned the same way. She's been sitting in jail for, what are we going on, 2 years now. This is not anything new. This has been going on for years and years. Winston Shrout was warned. Winston is spending the last 10 years of his life in jail. They don't listen. They have a cult-like mentality, And it's very unfortunate. So try not to get yourself caught up if you are following any of the online Moors and you think you're going to be able to get away with not paying child support or leaning a property or not paying your bills or not paying your mortgage or what have you. You won't. You'll get caught up just like they are. All right, everyone. I hope this was informative and helped you out. I hope everybody has a great evening, and I will keep you abreast of any new developments in this scenario. Everybody have a great evening. Bye-bye.